How many of you have tried to take an interview, to give an interview using a GPT, a mock interview? Suppose tomorrow you have a behavioral interview, okay? You have a round for a behavioral interview and you have to give this interview over the chat GPT. So let's say we have went to this chat GPT, right? And we can enable this voice mode of ChatGPT, right? We can use this voice mode of ChatGPT. We can say, "Hi ChatGPT, how are you doing?"
Hey there, I'm doing great. Thanks for asking. Always happy to chat and help out with whatever you need.
Okay, I want to give a mock interview, and the interview should basically assess a candidate of 5 years of experience, which has experience with some of the great MNCs or the big fours, and we want to assess their behavioral interview. Can you conduct a mock interview with some three questions for me?
Absolutely. We can do that. Let's jump right in. So I'll ask you three behavioral style questions that fit someone with about 5 years of experience at big companies, and you can just answer as if you're the candidate. First question, can you tell me about a time when you had to navigate a really challenging team dynamic or a conflict at work? What did you do to resolve it? Second question, describe a situation where you had to adapt quickly to a significant...
I want you to ask one question at a time and let me respond and then again jump over to the second question.
Absolutely. We can do that step by step. So let's start with the first one. Can you tell me about a time when you had to navigate a challenging team conflict or a tricky dynamic at work and how you handled that situation?
Okay, I want to skip this answer.
No problem at all. We can just jump right to the next question then. So the second one is, can you describe a situation where you had to adapt quickly to a big change in a project or a process and how you managed that?
Yeah, recently I have to learn AI and I basically took some courses. I basically started using the tools and that helped me to quickly adapt to that.
That sounds like a great example of adapting to a new technology shift on the fly. All right, let's move on to the third question then. Can you share a time when you took the initiative on a project, maybe went a bit beyond your usual responsibilities, and what the outcome was?
The outcome was definitely great because I just put some extra efforts and it was not under my scope, but still I just I did took some more time. I connected with some of my peers who helped me, and it like the we delivered it on time rather before time.
That's a fantastic example. It really shows that you're willing to step up and go the extra mile, even if it's beyond your usual scope. And delivering ahead of time is always a win. So that wraps up our little mock interview. Great job. And if you need anything else, just let me know.
Yeah, I want you to summarize this and score this quickly, but your answer should be crisp and clear and short. Okay, so I want this to be summarized for me and just put it in a tabular format, the result.
Absolutely. Let's sum it up quickly and clearly. Here's a crisp summary in a simple table format. 1, can you tell me about a time when you had to navigate a team conflict or a conflict situation? What did you do to resolve that dynamic? Diving into AI, learning a lot of new skills, got peers involved, delivered on time. So overall, that's pretty convincing. And if you need anything else, just let me know.
Sure, thank you. So now you can see here, right, that how whatever you have talked, you can use this voice mode feature, and you can give the mock interview. You can upload your resume, you can ask it to analyze the resume, and you can do it. You can basically talk to the AI like your real mentor, like a real person, right? So this is how the entire summary, entire thing, you can put it up and you can talk to the AI.